and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. We're going to we've got a now I need to just set everything up. Unfortunately, none of my modders are available, so I'll have to do this myself. Let me just grab another. I need to make sure I'm on the right page and everything. So go into here, YouTube Studio. Let's just, oh, I'm on my way. There we are. Live. Okay. Now, why am I doing this stream? Let's have a little talk about it now. Because someone who I have a different opinion of has decided not only to have a go at me in public, but also to affect my streaming stuff. So that's interesting to me. So if they do, why am I doing this stream? Let's have a little talk. Okay, I've got all my stuff ready. Unfortunately, my moderators are not around at the moment, so I've got to do this myself. But I'm not going to let someone stop me from actually streaming. They contacted me on Steam and said that if I do a stream, they're going to come on and harass me. Interesting. So we're just going to game and see if it happens. Let's say so. Now the thing is this. It's interesting to me that someone always told me and asked me that anything we said would be kept private, that anything we said in private would be kept private, actively begged me as a human being that if anything we said on Thingy would never get spread with anybody. I said, okay, yeah, I understand that, I won't do it. I never shared any text, I never shared any information given to me, except for a couple of my friends who were concerned, and they were my close friends. This person has been spreading things said in private, in public, like this. Now, the thing is this. I was in a relationship with this person, so we'll talk about it here. She wants it aired out, we'll air it out. So let's air it out in live to everybody else. We were together for about a month and a half, and I tried to help her in many ways. Her, he, him, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. Sorry, I'm just going to go with whatever feels right. It's my stream. Yeah, so whatever. And every time something went wrong, every time I made a mistake, every time I didn't understand something, this person would threaten to kill themselves, to end their lives. This was quite toxic. This was quite a strange thing. And so, well, I dealt with it. She had trauma, I had trauma, I had situations. So this person was, as you can see, there's a lot going on here. This person is very angry, and that. But I'm not going to actually ban her, because we've got a copy now of everything this person is saying, all on stream, so I can let them know of the harassment I'm getting. Now, I dealt with everything this person did. I mean, we had a lot of good times. We watched movies together. We hung out together. I tried to help her in many ways. And I don't regret any of that. I really enjoyed spending time with her. Well, her, I'm sorry for saying her, it's just my brain just naturally says she looks like a female, she acts like a female, she wears clothes of a female, my brain is going to think that person is female. I'm sorry. If she dressed as a guy, I'd think she was a guy. If she dresses as a female, wears dresses, wears skirts, wears tops, wears all these things, then, oh, for God's sake, my brain's going to go there. Oh, no, she doesn't. I've got lots of outfits that she can get in, and mostly it's female. So, she just can't embrace being a female. She's got to play this fantasy of hers, which is okay. It's her choice. I don't judge her for that. But the thing is, we had pretty good time together. We did have some good times together. And I enjoyed this. I'm saying you're a very confused person. I'm saying you're a very confused person. What you choose to be is you. I don't mind. But sometimes you acted like a female, sometimes you acted like a guy, sometimes you acted like in between things. It was very confusing for me. Yeah, my gender identity is confusing to me because of these things. Many times she wore a dress and things like that. So, that's okay. But the thing is this. Every time I made a mistake, which I made a few, every time we had an issue, she would take it to nuclear device, what I would class as, I'm going to kill myself, and that. I wasn't the only person she did this to. She did this to lots of people. She did it to a lot of people. She doesn't have many people who follow her, except for whatever she does. She doesn't have many people who are her friends. She doesn't have anybody. She's quite isolated. And the problem with that isn't that she deserves that. She doesn't. But the way she acts pushes people away. If a person has any different views than her, then that person's disgusting. She could say I was disgusting and that I was evil. And so I'm a monster. Now, let's put this in perspective. I have a lot of transgender friends, and that's okay. I have no problem against them. They know that. They know that I'm friends with them. They know that I don't do this. But with this person here, I never knew who she was gender-wise because she would dress up in dresses for going out and skirts, and she would put all female stuff on and female jewellery and everything. And so my brain naturally went towards calling her she. This wasn't me being nasty, this was just a confusion. Hello, hey Fartigo, you're here too. To see this. Yeah. This person's poison is trying to harass me. Everything that happened between me and Poison is my fault. He takes no responsibility. Now, let's talk about something. Let's talk about something important. The Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. Now, if you do any research on the Palestinian Relief Fund, and in fact, fuck it, let's do the research. Let's actually do the research together. Let's bring it up. Let's show the actual truth of the matter. So, let's go to there. I need yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the research that I did before. Right, so Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. Okay, so I'm just going to read you now. If you do any... Okay. The PCRF, publicly described group, like the Holy Land Foundation as assisting organisations, the International Islamic Relief Organisation, and the Global Relief Foundation as assisting organisations which do have connections with the bad things. Yeah, so in 2003, the US Department of Justice, of course we can't take their word for it, but Department of Justice noted that unofficial Hamas and Hezbollah website linked to the PCRF. In 2004, HLF, then under investigation and their assets thrown for the HLF, attempt to transfer 50,000 in frozen funds to the PCRF. Now the thing is, I am not saying that the PCRF is a terrorist organisation. I've never said that. What I said is they are a joint to it. They are connection. Some of the people that they've hired have been part of Hamas, part of questionable things. So I would know, last night when Poison asked me to donate money to thingy, I said, I can't do that. I can't do that. Now, that was just how I feel. I do not hate Palestinians. Artigo knows how I don't have any problem with it. People from any country. I have friends all over the place. But I'm not going to say that Israel is evil, because Israel isn't evil. Just like I won't say that Palestinians are evil. But Hamas is a terrorist organisation. Hezbollah is a terrorist organisation. And these people work within those systems. Yeah, Jewish people aren't evil. And that was a very long time ago. She likes to bring up some very old stuff. Now, as I've said, I've got friends in Israel. And when the October attack happened and a massive amount of Hamas came into Israel, my friend was not a member of the IDF. He was just a normal student living with his family in one of the areas. And they had to evacuate and leave. You know what I mean? This person is pure poison. This person is absolute poison. Very binary thing. Poison is very a binary person when it comes to anybody who doesn't agree with her is evil. Anybody who thinks she sees things very binary. We know life isn't binary. Yeah. It's kind of strange that he thinks this way. I have nothing against poison. I have nothing against poison. I cannot be involved with her ever again because, first of all, this dichotomy with poison. If someone doesn't agree with her, then she's happy to air private conversations. I don't agree with that. I think private conversations should stay. The only reason I'm talking about this stuff now is because she's brought it up. She has publicly created Twitter, stuff and that. Yeah. So what I never really know what fucking gender Poison wanted to be, so sorry. Yeah, you trust the PCRF? I don't. I don't trust the PCRF. You trust them because they say the things you want to hear and you want to believe. You see everybody else as a bad guy, and so therefore it's easy for you to actually think without actually being a critical thinker. I helped. Yeah, she's free to do it. To put the record straight, over the last month and a half, 2 months, I gave her money when we were having takeout and things like that. A little bit of money here and there, nothing major. What she used that money for is her choice. But to put the record straight, when I'm friends with someone, when I get close to someone, if we do stuff together, it's kind of a fun thing to... I'd love to, if I've got a tiny bit of money spare, I will actually use my money to help someone out. I will use my money to send a bit of money to a friend, and I'd love doing that. I love helping the person out. I've had people have done the same with me. So the fact that she's taking that money now and sending it to there is perfectly her choice. The money is hers now. It's her choice to do that. She can do that. No problem with that. I will never send money to that organisation myself. I'm sorry. I will never follow that organisation, and I will never support that organisation. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Through our entire time together, Poison, you acted like a female. You dressed like a female. How many times did you get dressed to go out with me and go through dresses and skirts and everything? You dressed like a fucking female. I'm sorry, so that my brain. I'm not transphobic, but you're not trans. From what you say, you were intersex or something like that. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? You were both? Isn't that true? And so now she can't understand me. She can understand me when I say she. Interesting. That's okay. That's your choice. What gender would you like me to call you? What gender would you like me to call you? What gender have you settled on today? They. Okay, so... Okay. They. I'll call you they. I shall call her... I shall try to remember to call her they, but... That isn't... It's not a strong point for me. I'm not doing it... I'm not calling her calling her she to be malicious. Understand that, everybody on my stream. People who know me know this. I don't... My brain deals with facts. The funny thing is, while we were dating, me and Poison, while me and Poison were dating, this is the funny thing. You would spend hours dressing up as a female to go out. Changing skirts, changing dresses, putting different things on, making beautiful outfits for herself. This wasn't someone who hated the clothing. This wasn't someone who hated any kind of female stuff. This was someone who was actually enjoying. She would look beautiful, and I always said she looked. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sorry. The way she acted in those situations was purely female. I'm sorry that you did. You did in all those thingies. Deny all you want, but you did. So, and my brain goes by what's being done, not what's been said. A person can say they're a male all the time, but if they dress as a female, then I'm going to see them as a female. Sorry. If a person says they're agender and dress neutrally, I'll see them as a them. But if they say they're agender but spend nearly all their time dressing in skirts and dresses and that whenever they leave the house and putting on beautiful pink boots and stuff and that to match everything and make everything so it looks nice, and that, then I am going to see them in my brain. My brain will see them as a female. Sorry. Words and actions don't match. Words and action don't match. So, yeah. And she keeps bringing up this thingy that once in our relationship, just once in our relationship, as you can tell, she's quite annoying. Once in a relationship, you can create all the justification you want, Poison, but the simple fact is that you dress like a female. You seem to enjoy dressing like a female. From my experience, I am sorry, but that's the way it is. The thing is this. I don't hate him, her, it. I don't hate, and I don't have anything against trans people. And trans people who choose their gender, I will rock onto that. I mean, we've got a friend like Cassie, who's most definitely female, and follows that thing and is transgender female. And I've never had any problem calling that person a female. I would never refer to them as male at all because they've followed that path. It's very hard for me to. If a person tells me there's such and such gender and that, but their actions show that they're different. Hello, Jaws. Dr. Jaws, you know, doctors, you know me, don't you? You know I'm very okay with people being different genders and everything and trans and that. You've known me for a while, and I have nothing against anybody who's of any kind of gender. I've always been very accepting. But if someone says to me that they're neutral or that they're agendered and they're not thingy, but in their actions and their interactions with me, they act female in every interaction, my brain is going to see them as female. You're just trying to push a point that no one's going to agree with, Poison. Sorry, because your actions don't relate. Anybody can go on your Twitter and see all your pictures where you look like a female, where you dress like a female, where you act like a female. Whatever justification this person will give, they act like him. Now, let's go back to the thing. Yeah, me and far to go. I've had issues. I've had difference of opinions. We've had shouting matches. But I've never respected him less for who he is. And I've never told him he was disgusting. And I've never had an issue with him because he might believe we are still friends and care. The thing is, I have never been a transphobe. I have many friends who are trans. But the way my brain works, because it's autistic, is this. I treat someone based on how they interact with me. If you say that you're a woman, but you dress male clothes and you actually act like a woman, like a man, my brain's going to think you're a man. It's just the way my brain is. I'm sorry. So, let's just get past that anyway. I really don't believe that, Poison. I really don't believe that, Poison. I've seen you when you dress up for going out. There's no way anybody who is sane would think you were a guy. I really think that's strange. So, anyway, let's get back to it. One time during our relationship, when we were in a relationship, me and Poison, she had bases. Well, sorry, I'm saying C because that's just the way my brain thinks of it. I'm sorry, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying from what my actions. So they, okay, I'm going to try and get now. They had done something really annoying. I don't remember what it was, but it was really annoying because Oh yes, we were having an argument, and she had once again brought up that that they was going to kill themselves. And I said something that was wrong. I apologised right after it. Remember, this is in all our time together, this is only one time I ever did it. That I said a bad thing about her in that way. And I've talked about it to my friends and everything in there. And I've grabbed onto that one thing, forgetting about all the times I've told her not to kill herself, forgetting about all the times I've told her that I don't want her to die. Oh, shit, see what I mean? It's fucking impossible. My brain is recalling conversations, and I always see you as a, and I'm sorry about that, but that's when my recollect is always going to be that, and it's not intentionally nasty. It's not me disrespecting you. It's just the way my brain records this information. I'm sorry. I don't really need to practice because I don't see any future for us interacting. It's like last night. This is the kind of situation. Yeah, it's an automatic mechanism thingy. Last night, I went to bed. After we had a good night. Me and Poison had a good night. She ate some. Oh fuck! They ate something, and we watched an episode of The Boys together. And then at about midnight, I went to bed. And I said, if you need me during the night, message me on WhatsApp or ping me on WhatsApp, because it's the only way to make sure the phone actually pings and wakes me up. This is fine. Now, people know that I don't actually sleep long. I sleep 2 hours, 3 hours at a time. So usually it's fine. So 2 hours, 3 hours later, I come back online. I log on to my computer. I send a message to Poison. I say, hugs. And then I wait for a reply, and there's no reply. Half an hour later, I send another message. I say, okay, you must be busy or asleep. So I'm going to go back to bed. Perfectly reasonable thing I did. I then turned off my computer, went and laid down to try and get another couple of hours sleep. I sleep in little bits and pieces, so this is perfectly reasonable. And then I start getting messages saying basically, what the fuck, saying, how could you not know that I've been around? Didn't go to LA. She was basically accusing me of not knowing what was going on. Why? Because she had been on Blue Sky, which I told her, and she knew I deleted my profile from. So I wasn't on there, so how could I know that she was active on there? And I came back, and then part of her rant against me was, you need to donate to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. And that's when I said that I can't do that because I believe they're affiliated with terrorists. And that's when she called me disgusting and says she can't. So when they called me disgusting and they told me that they wanted nothing to do with me, that they wouldn't have any conversation with me, that they hated me basically, that I was a monster, and all this, all because I said that I couldn't, that proscribed terrorist organisations like stuff like the Palestinian Action Group in the UK, and that I don't believe in them. And that's when I said that I had a friend in Israel, and I was on a call when the attack came on the 7th, I think it was 7th or whatever it was of October, and then she told me, well, they must have deserved it, they're evil. And that's when things broke down completely. That's when things broke down completely. And she went full nuclear again, attacked me, started threatening that she would tell people about the one time that I told her to unalive. which was just said in anger, and she knew it was sent in anger, but she knew she could try to use that to attack me as she could, and then she started to message on Twitch and on Twitter and tell people what a monster I was. Of course, remember, I didn't share anything of our interactions. I kept it all private until she started to message and say about these things, and that's her choice. I will never air dirty thingy. I'm only doing this because what happened then, about a week ago, she didn't notice, not a week, about 3-4 days ago, I invited her back onto Steam after we had a little issue, and she never noticed I invited her back onto Steam back then. And so I woke up this morning and started getting ready. I was going to do a stream. She came onto my thingy and said, oh, I'm going to come on your thingy. I'm going to, in fact, can I bring up, I don't think I can bring up that because friends chats. I don't think I can, no, because I've blocked her. I can't bring up the friends chat. But she basically said that she was going to. And thingy. So I'm sorry that I keep saying female, but like I said, during our relationship, she acted like a female. I'm sorry. She acted like a female. And therefore my brain, no matter what she told me, would think that. Sorry. Well, a female dresses in skirts and tops and wears beautiful female clothing all the time and acts in a certain way, and that's the way you acted, unfortunately. I don't wear skirts. I mean, you do a lot, you did a lot of stuff. I never wear female clothing. See, this is delusional side to Poison. This is delusional side to Poison. I'm male. It's kind of weird that this is a delusional side of Poison. This really is. People on my channel know that when I was younger, a lot younger, I did explore my female side, but I haven't bought female clothing for myself since about 2002, 2003. And I haven't done anything like that. I put that in the, I didn't do anything like that. So yeah, I'm just male. I'm just me. Yeah. 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 So if you go on Poison's Twitter, you will see gender, them, has lots of pictures of the female version of her. You will see a lot of them. She actively, proudly does pictures of her. Yeah. So that's why I'm very confused most of the time when it comes to, yeah, they, them. Yeah, so when it doesn't suit them, then they thingy to thingy to the, it's kind of, so them, whatever. But them says that they're going to be around and following my chat for some reason. They have such a hatred of me and think I'm disgusting in that just because she does. Oh God, they well, why are you here? I don't hate anyone. Far to go. Have you ever known me to hate anyone? God, have you ever known me to hate anyone? see, Poison is very, very, very thinking about bringing up that one item, that one day when we had a screaming match, basically, and I said that after they had said it like 20 or 30 times about themselves, that they were going to commit suicide, that they were going to end their life. And in the end, I was just so fucking tired of it that I agreed with it just once. I agreed with them just once out of our relationship, of a month's relationship. Just once I agreed. Just once I was frustrated and I agreed. And that's the pathetic thing that this person is hanging on to. Not every single night when I'd stay up till 3 a.m. to make sure she was safe. Not every single night when I'd stay up and tuck them in at 5 a.m. in the morning to make sure that they felt safe. Not every single day that I was there for them, that I asked them, as soon as they logged on, how are you? And whenever they said, I need help, I'd say, how can I help? Not every single time that I was there for them, every single day through the entire relationship and before the relationship and after. No, they don't focus on any of that. They focus on this one thing, this one argument, this one shouting match where I was frustrated and said something I didn't mean. And I regretted it, and I told them straight afterwards about it. But no, this person, this Poison, she got the right name. This person's got the right name. Really was the right thing, wasn't it? This person name is Poison, and that is what this person is. Complete and total poison. Because every single day we spent together where I was there for this person in every way. I installed, I installed WhatsApp for this person. I've never used WhatsApp before. I didn't even install WhatsApp for Brit or FAR or anything like that. They tried to get me to install Telegram and other things on here. They wanted me to install VK to be able to They know what I'm like. But for this person, for Poison, I not only installed WhatsApp, I turned off my Do Not Disturb so that he'd message me. I set up alarms for 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning so I could help them to take their medication. I sent my entire world for an entire month around this person and looking after them. And because I said one thing one time during a very frustrated argument session where themselves had been saying that they were going to kill themselves over and over, that they were moronic, that they were stupid, and I was just tired of fighting against that. This person has taken that one time and keeps throwing it back at me every single day. Every day they throw that one thing back in my face, no matter what I do, no matter whether I've spent hours and hours looking after them, no matter whether I've been there for them to help them eat, no matter whether I've sat down and watched things with them because this person can eat better when they're actually on voice with me, so I make sure I'm there so that they manage to eat. All these fucking things I did to them, they can't acknowledge that. All they can acknowledge is bad. And last night, because I wouldn't donate to a terrorist, maybe could be aligned organisation, and that I didn't have the same political beliefs and didn't hate Jews, I was a monster. I was disgusting. And before she tries to say this, no, let me just word for word show you the screenshots. Where are they? Let me go word for word. So, okay, so referring to me on X, this is someone who says they're not angry with me or they're not upset or anything, and the thing is, Now, if you'll excuse me, I am going to take several thousand showers. I feel disgusting and disgusting. I sincerely apologize for any past involvement I have had with Kalran. If I knew he thought Israel was not a terroristic state committing genocide, he wouldn't be given time of day. Yeah, this guy doesn't believe there is currently genocide happening, so he's no longer Basically, she went on to Twitter and started attacking me straight away. Yeah. So, that's just the way this person is. This is just the way this person is. The thing is, the simple truth is, the sad truth is, that this person, Poison, does not have many followers. Doesn't have many friends. And she wonders, well, they wonder why. And it's because everyone they interact with has either got to do it her way, got their way, or no way at all. That you will be kicked, you will be shouted at, you will be screamed at if you don't agree with everything they agree with. And also if you try to give help in a way that isn't perfectly. You know, when this person wants help, they have a checklist that you have to follow. If you deviate from that checklist, you don't love them, you don't care about them, you're not helping them. No matter how much times you ask them how they need help, if you don't follow this checklist of words and they have to be in the specific order, then you are fucked. You are a bad person. The thingy. I've got that all in logs that I could show people, but I won't, because I don't do that kind of thing. You're the kind of person who does that, Poison, not me. You're the person who brought you into X. You're the person who keeps pushing it around. That's you, not me. I don't do these kind of things. You do. The only reason we're talking about it now is because you said that you were going to come on and air it all. So the thing is, Poison, there's a reason you don't have many friends. It's not anybody else. It's the way you treat them. The way they've got to be perfect in your way. They've got to follow your ideals. They've got to follow your loves and lives. They can't have any different kind of opinion and that. They can't deviate from the help you decided that you demanded. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She can never get off the few points that she's got. She just can't. This is what a binary person does. This is what a binary person does. Yeah, too long to explain. Thing is, I think my actual Twitter, funny enough, my actual Twitter's actually, I believe I've got an Israeli flag as well. I did have no, I haven't got an Israeli flag. I used to have an Israeli. No, I don't have the Israeli flag one. But yeah, yeah. What, did she threatening me now? Yeah, because someone's dared to thought. So the dangerous thing about someone like Poison is he does have a lot of simps. Poison has a lot of simps. People who follow her for the dominatrix side and that. She's a Findom, which is fine. No problem with her being a Findom. But these guys will now read her posts, and think I'm a monster. And one of them might do something bad. Might try to kill me, might come after me and that, because they'll believe what this person is saying. That's the danger of people like Poison. When Poison spreads vitriol and starts saying all these horrible things about me, some of the weird people that follow her, follow the dominatrix accounts and simp to her and Findom to her, which is fine. May take it into their head that, oh my god, this person is hurting my queen. I've got to kill them. This is the problem. when she goes onto her Blue Skies account and her Twitter account and mentions me and has a go at me and makes me out to be a monster, this person here, Poison, is actually putting my life in danger because she has a lot of people who are invested in the dominatrix persona she created there, both there on Blue Sky, and the things she does. And therefore she doesn't understand that she could be putting my life in danger because she's saying these things on her public profiles about me. She doesn't tell all these people how amazing I was in looking after her, how I stayed up every night being there. This person doesn't tell everybody how I did so many nice things and how she used to call me so empathetic and that I was a good person, that I was too good for this person and that. She doesn't tell them any of that. What she tells them is that I'm a monster who has done them wrong, and therefore one of those people out there, not her, but one of those people out there, might take it into their own hands to do harm to me. And Poison just doesn't understand that. Yeah, Daft Bug, you're right. And so this is my concern. I'm not concerned about, I don't think that Poison themselves, no matter how much they rant at me, will do something harmful to me. I don't believe that. I think in her heart she knows that I did care about her, that I did look after and I was there for them. And that even though I made mistakes and even though I'm not perfect, I wasn't a bad person to this person. But the way they have put me out there on their tweets, I'm not on Blue Sky, so I don't know what this person has said to me on Blue Sky, about me on Blue Sky, but if she has not done balanced things and explained, then the danger I feel for me, because if anybody that actually believes the narrative that she's pushing could come after me. And you got to remember, my streaming is this person knows, my streaming, my actual doing all of this is part of my coping strategy. By threatening that this person is showing what kind of person, by publicly saying all the things, no, I've said that you've got followers. You've always told me that you've got a lot of followers, but not on Twitter, but on Blue Sky and other places. Yeah. So, whatever Poison decides to do, Poison can do. The simple facts are these, that I said one thing that was bad when we were having an argument one day. One day I said it. Only once did I ever say that I wished she would unalive. And this was after this person had said probably 10 times during that argument, I'm just going to kill myself. I'm just going to end it all. I'm just going to think it. Yeah, I think she should be responsible then. Yeah, I said once I said, because this person, this is where the argument went. This is the way the argument, this is the funny thing about it. This is the way that argument went. So something had happened and this person wanted to end their life and said, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to end my life. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm stupid. I'm moronic. I'm crazy. All these things. And I was trying all day to try and turn this around and help this person. And yes, I made a mistake. I said, then this person said they were going to have a go at someone else. I was like, why are you so poisonous? Why are you so angry? Why are you doing all this? And in the end, this person kept along that path of attacking people. And I was like, fuck it. Alive yourself. And you're a moron. But that is the only time in the entire relationship that I ever said those words. And this person has grabbed on it. Has grabbed on that. Oh yeah, I did say that. I did. You selfish bitch. Yeah. But what you're not hearing from Poison is that about 20 times the same day, she said the same thing about herself. During the argument, she said the same exact thing about herself. I'm a selfish bitch. Oh, this person who isn't actually female but calls herself a bitch. Yeah, I'm a selfish bitch. I'm a nasty person. I'm a moron. I should die. She said that all day, over and over and over and over and over. And just because I replied once when I was frustrated and angry and said, well, fuck it, go and do it, fucking do it, because I've had enough, then I'm a monster. Then I'm a monster. And I don't care anymore because of that one time, even though the night before I spent all night looking after, and the night before that I spent all night looking after, the night before that I spent all night, and the nights after I spent all that, as much time as possible looking after. But this person just focuses on that one time, Words that she's basically, that they have said about themselves multiple times over time. That's the funny thing. This person never notices that they do it themselves all the time. I dodged a bullet. I really did dodge a bullet. In this. It's kind of funny. It is really kind of funny the way I have been. And I'm not the only one who this person has tried with multiple people to get them to help them. And when they don't help this person in exactly the way that they want the help, then they're a monster. Or this is the way this person's... Yeah. Go for it. You can say anything you want. This person does. You can have your say. You can do whatever you want. But know that every time you publicly say anything about it, I'm going to push back against it and tell the people the truth. The people that know me know I'm not a monster. No, I don't hate me. No, you're not. You're just saying hello. Hi. Anyway. This was an interesting thing. People who know me know that I'm no monster. Know that I don't hate people. Know that I will go out of my way to help people. And I don't wish any harm on Poison. I wish that Poison actually had a long life. I wish that Poison's situation sorts out. I wish that Poison finds what they need. But I will not be involved with Poison from this point. And after this point, I'm going to ban her from everything. Yeah. Yeah. The only reason that this... In fact, let's... Yeah, I missed. Been a while. If you knew far to go, you would know that he doesn't take sides, and he would not. If I did something wrong, he'd call me out on it. Hey, Sophie. Poison is a manipulator, unfortunately. Everything has to be to her exact standard and what she follows, or you are a bad person. Oh. Does Saki want a sweetie? Yeah, Saki wants a sweetie. Come on. The only reason that this stream happened was that this morning, after I had locked everything, Poison came onto my Steam chat and said, as soon as you come on, do your stream today, I'm going to come on and tell people how you told me to kill myself. I'm going to tell people how you are friends with genocide and all this. That's what she said on Steam before this started. And I wasn't going to let someone stop me from streaming. I added you on Steam a week ago. Not today, not this morning, a week ago. You just didn't notice that I've re-added you. I did not add you again. Yeah, you saw it today, but I didn't do it today. I do not lie. You can check the logs if you want, but I added you back on Steam as soon as we started talking again, which was like last week. I did not add you back today. I did not add you back last night. I did not even invite you. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't, Vampire. You are lying about that. And as people know, I don't lie. So I will say, yeah, check the logs. I did not do it today. Yeah, the people that know me know. I say some fucking uncomfortable things. I talk about stuff that thingy because I know that I don't. Yeah, provide the logs because I know that what happened was after we had our split and got back together, it was on Monday morning. I went into Steam and thought, okay, this person might want to play Stardew Valley again. So I had to research it, took you off the block list, and I invited you back to Steam, and that was on Monday. So that is the thing. I did not re-add Poison this morning. Yeah, Stardew Valley is a great game. I actually installed it and installed a non-modded version specifically to play with Poison so that we could play that. Really enjoyed playing it with Poison. It was really nice to play it with Poison. But Poison doesn't like to remember all the positive things that I did with us, that we did together, because I have a different view about something, because I don't drink the Kool-Aid of the propaganda of certain organizations, and I think for myself, then I'm a bad person, I'm an evil person. Yeah. See, Bartigo is my friend from Russia. I don't agree with Putin, and I think what Putin's done is horrible and nasty and monstrous, but I don't blame Bar for it. I also, ever since knowing Thingy, I've known... Yeah. Monday... I don't know. Monday, I can guarantee you, I promise you, Poison, on Paola's life and memory, that I invited you back to Steam on Monday. On Monday. I promise you on Paola's memory that it was Monday when I added you back. I sent an invite on Monday. We had split up before the weekend. I had took you off all my accounts and that. We got back together on Monday as friends and that. And so on Monday, I sorted that out. I did that because I thought, hey, you might want to play Stardew Valley again. We might try this again and see if it worked. Monday is when I did it. I don't know. I don't know. I assume there is a way to check when an invite came in. But it was on Monday. On Monday, I sent the invite. Now, this is the thing. This person has doubted me so many times.
Wonderful.
I don't think Poison would do that. Yeah. 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 Bartigo has taught me a lot about Russia that I didn't know. I've learned a lot from Bartigo. The stuff that I've learned from him amazes me. I'm always thankful of that.
Yes, my favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah, Mist. I love Russians. I love Jewish people living in Israel. I don't agree with some of the stuff that the Israeli government is doing, but that doesn't mean that I don't have friends who are living in Israel. That's the funny thing. So... So, yeah. So, Poison, as of today, once this stream...
Magnificent.
When this stream ends, I'm officially saying to everybody here, I will be blocking you on YouTube, I will be blocking you on Twitch, I will be blocking you on everywhere that I haven't blocked you. And... I think it's better. I don't hate you. I don't mean any ill will. I don't want, but I cannot have someone like that in my life. Someone who's so binary and so hateful about anybody who has different views. And no matter how much I wanted to help you and be there for you, I can't put myself in that position. Funny thing is, I could deal with all the weird stuff, all the crazy stuff that happened between us, all the having to watch everything I said, having to walk on eggshells, having to wonder if what would be misunderstood next. I could deal with that because I know a bit of your past. But when you called me disgusting and attacked me just because I had a different view than you, it showed me that there is no future for contact. Yeah. So after this stream, I won't, of course.
It's not as massive as I thought it would be. That coming.
Oh, this is bad. I can't put myself into this situation where I'm going around the same thing, where even if I was involved with you for like 6 months, you'd probably still bring up the one time I said the bad thing at an attack on me.
Magnificent.
And no matter how much I tried to be different and showed you every day different, and yeah, I have a friend who lives in the border of Israel and basically is under rocket fire. When Hamas was there, even before the thingy, the kids would be on top of the hills and be taught to use handheld rockets to fire over the border and things like that. Yeah, baby, I know, doggy. Yeah, you're beautiful, aren't you? Yeah. Yes, you're beautiful, you are. So... No, I'm saying that there is two sides to every argument, and just because you're on the opposite side does not mean you're evil or a monster.
Good. What happens next?
You've got to think, the Israel mentality. The Israel man, see what I mean about the binary thinking of poison? She can't even accept there's a chance. See, this is how I see it. And this is from talking to people in Israel. For the last 40 odd years, they have lived in a state. Yes, they shouldn't have gone there, but they're there. They're living there. They have generations. They've lived there. It's their place now. I'm sorry. Palestinians and that can whine all they want, but it's their place. It's Israel's, and the Jewish people have that there. 40 plus years. Well, actually, no. 1939, something around about there is when the first agreement happened. I did some research on it, I can't remember exactly, but the thing is this is what happened. And this is the thing that people like Poison don't like the look of. Basically, when the Jewish state was created, when Israel was created, Jordan, Egypt, and Syria, or I don't know whether it was Syria at the time, tried to attack, and Americans and them stopped them and pushed out the Palestinians. This was wrong, but what the Muslim states did was worse, was far worse, and this is the thing that people like Poison don't like to rectify and look into. You see, what happened was all the Palestinian people that had been in the area, that area, were made what's called stateless. You see, Jordan and Egypt could have taken these people in. They had lots of room, but they didn't want to. What they wanted to create was a proxy that would continuously try to attack Israel forever. So that's how Gaza was created in that, because that's where the Muslim Brotherhood came from. ISIS and all these other problem groups come from the fact that Jordan and Egypt and that decided not to provide full citizenship to the disposed people and say, oh, we got you back, we'll get you back into Israel at some point in time. we don't want to give you a home here.
How satisfactory conclusions
So,
are made manifest.
the thing is this. This created a situation.
It's not as massive as I thought it would be.
This created a situation where Israel was put in a perpetual defensive war, where most of the Muslim nations around would fund Hamas, fund Hezbollah, and fund all these people to attack on their behalf. They didn't get their hands dirty. They wanted to have proxies in the area to attack Israel. And so for 40, actually no, more like almost 80 years now, bloody hell, almost 80 years now, it's almost 80 years actually now, Israel has been fighting a defensive war against everybody around it. It's had to, the Iron Dome system and everything, they have to put more money into their defence than any other country in the world. Literally, I think it's almost like 40 or 50% of their gross national product has to go on defence. You don't do that if you're not under attack forever. And this was a forever war created by all of the Muslim states around to use the Palestinian people as a proxy and promise them that they one day would take over Israel. This is what caused it.
Not as massive as I thought conclusions are made manifest.
Yeah. So the current situation, that is why Israel has always been so defensive. And after the October attack, they decided to go on the offensive. But what people don't like to look at is for months and years before that, every day thousands of missiles, handheld rockets, mortars were fired into Israel ever since the 70s. Missiles, rockets, everything is fired into Israel. That is the reason that Israel has the Iron Dome and all its protections. They don't do that because they want to spend some money. They do it because otherwise they're going to be wiped out. Yeah.
It's not as massive as I thought it would be.
So, I don't follow this idea that there is a black and white thing.
They didn't see that coming.
I don't think either side is perfect. But I will not call Israel monsters for going on the attack and the offensive to protect themselves. I won't do that.
They didn't see that coming. How fantastic. They didn't
See, a lot of what
that
she's talking, he's talking about now is just propaganda and AI. Propaganda and AI. It's been proven that a lot of the posts are just bullshit. Yes, one sewer line was hit, but not the entire of them bloody thing. It's a lot of it is propaganda and AI that Poison is unfortunately, sadly, believing.
They didn't see that coming. A well-known behemoth. How fantastical! How satisfactory conclusions are made manifest.
Oh yeah, it's a shitstorm, but I'm not going to judge the entire people because of the situation.
Are made manifest.
You got to remember that the Jewish people suffered from one of the first great genocides themselves in World War II. The Jewish people have in their psyche a very defensive, how can I put it? They've been scarred.
This was such a thing so fantastical. How satisfactory conclusion.
And the Palestinians didn't own it to start with. So what's the point? Yeah. Yep. I agree. Completely agree with you, Carl, to go on that. Yeah.
Conclusions are made manifest.
Yep.
It's a CONG. They didn't see that coming. Something wicked this way comes.
Portugal is very good at looking up these things. Really good at. He's very enthusiastic about looking into these things. I usually defer to Portugal's knowledge on things like this. This has actually been I thought I was going to get harassed, but really, I haven't really got harassed.
How satisfactory conclusions are made
What he's saying. 1939 this state was... No, not 1939, something like that. I'm not sure of the date. But before then, that area has changed hands so many fucking times. Oh my god. That place has changed hands so many times in the Middle Ages and all that.
They didn't see that coming. They didn't see that coming.
Oh, that's not good. Not good, not good. Oh, that was close.
They didn't see that coming. From the realms of titans and monstrosities.
Oh,
They didn't see that coming.
oh, Stevie. Oh, yay. Collect it all. Gotta collect it all. At ease. I don't have anything against you, Poison. I never did. Do you understand? Yeah. Yeah. And even Ukraine and Russian, it isn't black and white. It's never been black and white in Ukraine because Ukrainians and Russians are the same people, basically. And Putin was wrong to invade, wrong to attack, wrong to try to take the sovereignty of the nation. But Ukrainian people are not perfect. They are corrupt, just like Russians. They are the same people, basically. They have friends. They have family over the border. That's one of the hardest things about it. Poison. I am sorry for misgendering you. I hope you understand that it's not from a malicious intent. It never was. And I'm sorry that you can't accept that I have different views of you to do with the Jewish people in that and Israel. I hope that you get some sleep. I hope you eat. I hope that you have a good long life. I really do. Well, you know, I would have been there. I would have happily helped you eat. You know that. I did it so many times in that. But when you said you were disgusted with me in that, when you decided to go on the attack with me and basically say you weren't going to do it, that wasn't possible anymore. You know I would have helped. You know I would have helped. How many times did I help? How many times did I try to help you with you? Yeah. But you're forgetting. You say I went to sleep when you were looking to eat. But what about the hour before then when we watched the boys and you ate pizza and I made sure every 5 minutes I would say, are you eating your pizza, Poison? Are you eating your pizza, Poison? Do you remember that? Do you remember the hour before I went to bed? When I was actually watching the boys with you and kept getting you to eat pizza while we were actually talking, while we were watching it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to season 5, Mist. It's going to be very dark. It's going to be very dark, season 5 is. See, that's the thing. Poison always will focus on the negative, but not on the actual help that she does get. Oh, sorry, they do get. And I can no longer offer that help for my own mental health. But I hope that Poison does find someone to help. See, that's the problem. Very blind, Poison is. I offered help all the time. I was there for you all the time, Poison. Yeah, that is a lie. I've offered help so many times. No, it wasn't for me. It was for you. A checklist with... Yeah? Yeah. So are you saying, Poison, that I didn't get watch... This is the thing. Poison is actually lying now. This is why... Poison is actually lying now. Trying to make out that I didn't help when I did. Trying to make out, once again, Poison will always focus on the negative, on the things that we got wrong. Never on the times when I did her. Like she said last night, I went to bed at midnight. Yes, I went to bed at midnight because I was fucking tired. Why did I go to bed at midnight? Because I knew that Poison would be going to bed about 5 a.m. my time. And if I went to bed for 3 hours, I could be up to help her to go to sleep. That is why I went to bed at midnight. But the hour before I went to bed, we watched the boys and I kept badgering her to eat while we were thinking. And she did. She ate half a pizza slice. So saying that I wasn't there to help her eating, you did eat while we were watching TV. You did eat while we were watching TV. You ate half a pizza. But you actually did. Yeah. Basically, Poison is the person who always will look on the negative. Yeah, we were very close. I tried to be there so much for her, for them. But Poison, you're lying now about, you only ever focus on the things that I didn't do, never on the things that I did do for you. Everything is a negative. So for that reason alone, I'm going to remove you from the chat. I know you can recreate other characters or the accounts, but I hope you don't. I hope you just go and find someone else. Bother. Yeah, I can't have you in my life anymore, Poison. I mean... because you're toxic and because everything you do comes down to binary thinking of, even if I help you, if it isn't the help that you actually wanted in exactly the same way you wanted it, and even if I've helped you an hour before, like she said, Poison tried to think about this. Put it this way. Last night, Before bed, we watched thingy and I made sure she ate. Then I went to bed, and because I wasn't there, because I was asleep, then I wasn't helping her eat. I wasn't there for her. And when I did come back and I didn't know she was on asking for help on Blue Sky, because I don't have Blue Sky and she knows I don't have Blue Sky, then I was, are you fucked up? Have you done, what the hell are you talking about? She had basically had a go at me because I didn't see her posts on a system I don't have, Blue Sky, as if it was my fault. This is what poison is like. This is what poison is like, unfortunately. So, poison will never admit all the times I did help and all the stuff I did to her, which I don't regret. So, unfortunately, poison, I'm going to remove you from the chat now, and I'm going to, I will say this, I hope you have a good life. I hope you find some people in your life that can help you and can be there for you. I really do hope that. I really do hope that. And I hope you don't end your life. I hope that you don't keep along this path that you've gone on. But understand that the reason that a lot of people don't help you is because you take this attitude with them and you destroy them when they don't do things your way. And I'm sorry about that. I really tried to help. Yeah, far to go it did. I wish you well. I really do wish you well. I just can't have you in my life anymore. I do wish you well, and I am sad that I couldn't help you. Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, just blocking them on all the ways I can. I, as my friends know, put myself out in so many ways to try to help someone. And at every turn, everything was adversarial. But I did care. Yep, see, she's gone on to there. See, this is harassment. This is a person jumping in from another place now. Yeah, YouTube's going to have to be done. Yeah. Yeah, this is the problem. Block user on YouTube there. Block user on YouTube. Okay, so I blocked her on YouTube as well. This is the problem. This is the thing. As you see, I've been very polite. I've been very friendly. I didn't want to hate. I don't hate this person. I'm not against them in any way, shape, form. But I just can't have a person in my life that's going to be so extreme. Every single situation we had, every little tiny mistake I made, every misunderstanding went nuclear. Every time I said something wrong, it would be, oh, so you want me to kill myself? And I wasn't the only person. There's other people that she interacted with who felt the same. I just don't want... I don't hate her. I don't have any grudge against her. I just don't want her in my life because of the harm. The exhaustion of trying to be something. But I wish her only the best. Well, I wish them only the best. My brain is still... I want to state it once again. I want to state this. I am very respectful of transgender and all that, and the genders and that. And I have friends like Cassie who I have never misgendered. But during my relationship with Poison, 99% of the time, their personality, their looks, their clothing, everything that we shared was female. There we are. She's here again. Again, this is the proof of the harassment. The proof of the harassment. This is the thing. This is where it gets into the harassment side, where I've said goodbye, I've said please don't bother me, I've said please go away, do your own thing, and this person continually keeps on coming back and harassing me. And that's just the way it is. There, see what I mean?
Once upon a time.
Look on YouTube. If you probably people are wondering, yes, I'm blocking everyone that comes through, but this person just continues to doing it. This is this person's reasonable side. They see no problem in this. They see... I don't know what this person achieves from it. They just basically... I hope they're okay. I hope they're okay. I hope they have a good life. I hope they go from this and learn and figure out that the only way to make friends in that is to stop being like this. I wish them well. You know me, I don't hate people. I don't carry grudges. I don't think I care. Yeah, I literally was there for this person for everything, but everything became toxic and I couldn't do it anymore. Dealing it with it all on live here was so everybody could see what was going to go on. Yeah, I really hope they do. I really hope they find someone who can take care of them. I don't wish any ill will. It's just like... No, let's pop some balloons. I'm just wondering whether they will come back again. But the funny thing is, and the really sad thing about this is, Poison is a really intelligent person and a really genuine person. Got lots of issues, lots of situations that need to deal with, but as soon as they found out that I didn't hate... Yeah. As soon as they found out that I didn't...
Wonderful.
follow their ideology about the Jewish people. And I'm not saying the Jewish people are, yeah, very high IQ. Poison has a very IQ. Poison is extremely intelligent. Might say that they're stupid. They'll say that they were stupid and all that, and do all this self-deprecation. But they're very intelligent. Poison is very intelligent, and when you're not stepping on it or triggering something or saying anything that the person doesn't agree with, they're brilliant. They're amazing to be around.
A new page.
But for the record also, I don't share my DMs, my personal messages and that. I keep that all personal and safe. The only reason this has been done publicly is because when I told people that I was going to do a stream at about 11 o'clock, Poison popped up on my Steam and said, "Hey, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to tell everybody that you told me to kill myself." Yep, very good looking. I don't know what their Instagram is and everything in that. Lovely person. Yeah. So I am not a transphobe.
Magnificent.
People who know me missed thinking that you know me. I never lie. You know that I am one of the few people in the world who, due to specific set of reasons to do with my autism, bipolar, and all the other shit I've got going on, my specific thing also includes the iteration where for me to lie is impossible. If I lie, it will fuck my brain up so fucking badly. Seriously, it is a bad thing. Yeah. I mean, the whole point is, when I first met this person, Poison, and they were having a bad night, they asked me the specific question. They said, "I'm going to go sleep tonight. Can you promise that I'm going to be okay when I wake up in the morning?" They said that to me, and I said to them, "I can't say that. I can't physically say that. I can't tell you that it's going to be good when you get up in the morning. I can say that I'll be here for you, but I can't say that it's going to be good in the morning because I can't see into the future." Because I cared, that book. Because I know this person's history and what they've dealt with, and I wanted to try to help.
It's not as
So
massive as I thought.
I've literally never. I can't lie in any way. If something really bad's happening in the world and you ask me, "Am I going to be okay?" I can't tell you unless I know the facts. It will fuck up my brain if I try to say anything. If I try to say, "Yeah, you'll be okay in the morning," I'll be like, it will break my brain. My brain actually breaks if I try to say something that isn't true. So I have to limit. And people understand that. Yeah, I can wish and hope things will be okay, but I can't think. But yeah, Dapper, because I care, because I wanted to help this person, because I fucking fell in love with this person, definitely. But the toxic side became too much. and I'm sad about that. Because Fortigo can say, and Miss can say, I don't like giving up on people. I never like giving up on people, ever. Yay, Fortigo. I will do anything to try and help someone. And like I said, Poison wasn't a bad person. Poison was an amazing, intelligent person, but there is a yeah. Hey, far to go. It's good. So the only reason we have this chat, and the only reason I labelled this chat as it was because this person told me on Steam that if I do a stream, they're going to come on and tell everybody that I told them to kill themselves and that I am a lover of genocide. That's why I did this chat, because I wasn't going to let someone stop me from doing a stream. So when someone says something like that, you have to push back and you have to come out. And I wanted to be total open. Yes, I made mistakes. I remember that. I remember our talk, Mist. When your cat died, I said to you, I said, listen, the best thing you can do when your cat dies is get another cat. You're a good guy. You're a wonderful person who gave a wonderful home to your cat. A wonderful home. And your cat would be sad if you couldn't do that again. If because of the pain you couldn't be there for another cat and give it another life. And I remember us having those conversations about you and saying to it, I said to you, I said, listen, just think about this, because I know that how much it hurts when you're... No, unfortunately.
It's not as massive as I thought it would be.
I would have to basically say that I didn't like... I'd have to... I'd have to stop being me. Bug. I'd have to stop being me. I could deal with all the normal stuff. The every time I did something wrong, the person was going to say they were going to kill themselves and that. I could deal with that. I wouldn't say it became normal, but I could deal with it. But I couldn't deal with the fact that when I said that I didn't hate all Jews, and that when the person said they were disgusted with me and that they hated me because of me having a friend in Israel, that's going beyond personal stuff.
It's not as massive as I thought it would be.
I loved being in an online relationship. I really did. I really loved being in an online relationship. Yeah. Because I know, I mean, I've always had dogs. And whenever my dog passes away, I will always try to give another dog a home. And I always give a dog a home that's a charity dog, that is a dog that's older. I took on Zach when Zach here was 7 years old and had been in a bad home and wasn't eating or anything, so I took on Zach then. Yeah, you're a good dog, aren't you?
It's not as massive as I thought it would be.
Yeah. Because there's always going to be dogs and cats that need home. Always going to be pets that need a good home. People that care. People that love animals. Oh yeah, Daft Pug. I love that song. You know, Daft Pug, I had that song. I don't know if you know the Philips CDI 600. Long time ago, it was a not quite a game system, not quite a multimedia system. It used discs, and one of the first discs we had for that was a disc that had the Alice Cooper Poison song on it, the full video, and I remember watching it on there. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that talk we had missed. How is your cats doing? Good and crazy, yeah. Yeah, that's the whole point. I am willing to help someone in any way. Yeah, I have never, ever needed someone. Orange cats are the craziest. Orange cats are the craziest. Tabbies are like just mentally weird. I understand about compromise and changing yourself slightly and to be with someone, but you can't change who you are. You can't be someone else. And yeah. But no, Poison was not a bad person. Poison just kept going down the same path of a way that no one could basically change. And I wish Poison the best. I really honestly do. Hope they find what they need and they manage to eat and that. We were making progress on the eating stuff and that. We really were making progress on all the thingy stuff.
Satisfactory conclusions are made manifest. They didn't see
I did love her. And I still love Poison. I really do. I still love Poison. That kind of caring for someone doesn't go away. But I can't have someone in my life who's going to basically destroy me. And not only that, that if anything goes wrong or anything happens, I'm going to be hassled. I'm going to be said that I'm a monster or something.
Never was such a thing so fantastical. How satisfactory conclusions are made manifest.
So, hello everybody. It's here.
How satisfactory conclusions are made manifest.
Sorry about this being a... I've always said on chat, we can talk about anything here. We can talk about anything. And I mean that if you want to talk with me, if you want to have a conversation about any situation, whether you're on X, YouTube or Twitch, I don't mind talking about anything. I don't mind having a conversation about all these things. We can talk about anything. There's no non-topics.
How satisfactory conclusions are made manifest. Conclusions are made manifest. They didn't see that coming.
For the record, I really enjoyed being there for Poison and helping her get through her problems, and I don't regret the time spent staying up till 6 AM in the morning and all that. I don't because I don't sleep very well anyway, so I only sleep for 2 hours at a time. People know that I go to bed at whatever time, I'll sleep for 2 hours, I'll wake up and so on. So I don't mind that. But during our entire relationship, in one argument I said something bad and she couldn't stop bringing it up every single day since then. No matter how much good happened, it was always that. And that's crazy to me. Oh yeah, I'm in the legendary things now for this. Actually, let's play some Star Trek Online. Let's play some Star Trek Online now. We're all okay now. But yeah, we can talk about anything. I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not the easiest person to be around. My favourite character is... My favourite character is Frenchie and then Huey. Because they're both very... I wouldn't say tragic, but they're very... Huey is someone who evolved massively through the series. And Frenchie is so tragic about all the things that happened and that. And that. So, Frenchie and Huey. What's my biggest regret when it comes to Poison? Very simple, that I couldn't save her. I couldn't be the one that healed her. That I couldn't be the one that fixed the problems. That's my regret. You see, I will always have this thing in me of trying to save people. I'm a carer. I'm someone who likes to help people. If we date and you've got problems, then no problem, I will handle them. If you're ill, I will deal with it. If you've got cancer, I'll deal with it, no problem. If I date someone, male or female, I don't mind. If I date someone online, I don't mind what problems you've got. I will help you try to deal with them. It's part of my core self that I can handle all that kind of shit. Yeah. Being there for someone else gives me purpose. I don't look for broken people. Don't think that. I don't look for broken people. I've never looked for broken people. It's not my thing. But if I go out with someone, if I care for someone and they're dealing with shit, I am the person who does not turn away. I am the person who will be there till the end. I am the person who... Yeah, but in a white knight, my wife died of cancer after we fought it for 20 years together. When my wife got ill, we used to joke that her illness, her cancer, was the perfect thing for my ADHD needing a problem to solve. We were very dark about our humour, me and my wife. So when my wife got ill and everybody else, all her friends disappeared because they didn't want to deal with cancer, I learnt about the cancer. I became part of a treatment regime. I learned about dialysis when her kidneys failed. I went through everything with her, and I was there from the moment we got together till the moment she didn't have to go to any. In her entire relationship, I never... my wife said the most romantic thing I ever did with my wife was to make sure she never went to any hospital appointment alone. And every new illness that came along, every new symptom, every new disease, I would research and find out about it and find out about treatments and that. Right at the start of our relationship, when she got acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and we knew it was fatal and there was no cure, even my friends told me, leave your wife, you can't fix this, she's going to die, and you shouldn't be in that situation. I ditched my friends and stayed with my wife for 20 years, and we fought it, and I don't regret one bit of it. It fucked me up, but I stayed for it. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got illnesses. Everybody's got issues. I don't go looking for them, but if someone's got that, I will stick by them. How can you say you love someone? How can you say you care about someone if you won't stick by them when a bad situation comes up? If someone gets ill and you decide to leave them, then it wasn't really love. I mean, I've never understood that. So, I'm not perfect. I'm pretty fucked up. My brain is pretty fucked up. I bring a lot of baggage. I've dealt with too much and I've been through too much, and with my autism and everything else, I have a lot of issues. As Far to Go will know, and Mist will have seen it as well. I'm pretty messed up, but I'll fucking, if I've got a friend, there's no a friend or a lover or someone I care about, I will not fucking run away when bad things happen. The sad thing is that I had to jump ship 3 times with Poison. I had to leave her 3 times since we started because of situations, not to do with illness, not to do anything else, but when she started saying that she would kill herself, when she started accusing me of killing her because I forgot something, or because I couldn't handle it, so I would distance myself at a time and then come back later. But I only ever left for like a day to regroup myself, and like a fucking idiot I went back every time. Won't be doing that again. But that wasn't to do with her illness, that wasn't to do with anything, but that was because everything I was trying to do was the negative would be focused on, and it was too much for me. So I am dealing with a lot of shit myself, but I have never ever stepped back for anyone when they've been in pain or suffered something. So yeah, I'm not perfect. I fuck up like everybody does. But I can say this with absolute honesty. First of all, if you're with me, you'll know exactly what I think of you. I will tell you I love you. I will tell you I care for you. I will tell you that what you matter to me. And you will never have to worry about me keeping that hidden. And as long as you don't lie to me, because that's one of the reasons that me and her split up for like 3 or 4 hours one time, when people accuse me of lying, because I don't lie. I can't lie. I wish I could. Every single person in this chat has a fucking superpower, and that is the ability to lie. You don't think it's a superpower, but it fucking well is. Let me explain why. I can't do a surprise party for anyone. It's funny because my friends actually don't include me if they're buying secret gifts for someone, because they know if they tell me, I'll say it. I won't be able to not say it. It isn't just about, even the little white lies. I can't tell you it's going to be okay tomorrow if it isn't. And let me put it this way. When my wife was in the hospital close to death, and she asked me how she was, now every fucking bone in my body, every fibre of my being wanted me to tell my wife that it's going to be okay. Instead, I had to tell her how bad it was. I had to be honest with her. I had to tell her how fucked she was and how bad, how close to death things were, and how this may not work and death is probably what's going to happen. So if I can't lie to my wife in that situation, there is no fucking way I can ever lie to anybody else. And that isn't that my wife always said she loved that about me. She always knew that if she asked me a question, no matter what, even if the doctors were being nice and wouldn't tell her the truth, even if any situation, she could always ask me and I would tell her the truth. Well, fuck me, I wish I had just been able to say you're going to be okay in them. It's okay. So, yeah, you all have superpower. You all have fucking superpowers when it comes to it. But when someone accuses me of lying, it pisses me off a great deal. Sorry, it does. It's one of my flaws. Because I know what I've gone through in the past. And how. So yeah, if you want to piss me off, accuse me of lying. If you want to piss me off, accuse me of lying, because that will. I mean, my wife always asked me how good her pictures were and everything, because she knew I would be critical. It didn't matter to me that she was dying of cancer. I would not take that into account. If she asked me for my opinion on her artwork, I would judge it as artwork. And she loved that. She loved that. So, I'm sorry for taking thingy, going so dark on that, but believe me, sometimes in my life I have really wished I could lie. Because it isn't just lying to other people, I can't lie to myself. I know that one day my bowel cancer will come back. I can't hide that from myself. I know the chances that my bowel cancer will come back. I live with that. I can't just hide from that because I can't lie to myself. You are so fucking lucky. Anybody who can lie, anybody who has this ability to shrug things off and not think about the bad shit is amazing to me. I so wished it. I so wish I had that. I really so wish I had that. The world was never meant to be honest. The world was never meant to be honest. It is so rare what I have, there isn't actually a term for it yet. There's only like 4 people in the world that have ever been diagnosed with an inability to actually lie. As weird as that sounds, it's only like 4 people in the entire world who have ever been diagnosed with it. With an inability to actually lie. And we're not talking just lie, it's lies, illusion, white lies, from the whole spectrum. I missed. Yeah, you're right. there's never enough positive reality stuff. Well, but to anybody who came here just for a bit of fun, I apologise.
You may have a short amount of time before more arrive.
But yeah, I always said, if you want to lose me as a friend, the thing is, here, far to go. I already always said to you and Mr. Never accuse me of lying, because it is the one thing I can't handle in a friendship. It will break a friendship if people... Imagine how much I loved Poison, because every few days she would accuse me of lying, and I still stuck around. Because I knew the kind of trauma she went through. I knew the kind of things she dealt with. And I wanted to be there for her so fucking badly to try and deal with it. There were so many red flags. Normally I'm very good at keeping myself away from that. Pew pew pew, blow things up. I was going to go out on the Quingo today. I hope I did that. I hope that in some way some of the stuff we did together helped, and that she's better off. Don't worry, I'm out of it now. I've learned my lesson of this one. This doesn't mean I'm not going to look for another online girlfriend, because I probably will, because I love to punish myself. But for me, being an autistic and an introvert and being stuck in my house, an online relationship is actually really good. An online relationship is really good. For me, because I can be there for someone whether they're 1,000 miles away, 5,000 miles away, or wherever. I have no problem changing my time zone to sleep in that in different times. But yeah,
Here come the Klingon battleships. Keep
I really hope that she finds someone who can help. The health service in America is horrible. I'm so glad I'm in the UK. Even though the UK's NHS isn't perfect, the way Americans have to deal with health service and protect themselves. Hello, baby. Do you want another one? Would you like another sweetie, doggy? With the doggy. I know both you and Britt, and probably even David, wanted to basically shake me a few times. It's yours. You can have it if you want. It's a sweetie. You can have a sweetie. It's yours. Do you want a sweetie? Do you need the sweetie? So, yeah. My friends are very good. I need to check something as well. I'm just checking something on my chat. Okay, so yeah. So after this, I'm going to log off. The UK is a bit fucked, but not as bad as it could be. I mean, prices are going through the roof, shit's happening, but we're not too bad at the moment. I'm okay, I'm in a good position. But yeah. I hope you're all having a good day. I really do. We are splendiferous. So after this, I'm probably going to make some food. Oh, that worked. Pardon me. Pardon me. You got my rewards. Leave the map. So, I will be back later. I don't know whether I'll do another stream. I'm pretty worn out. I've got to reorganise my sleeping pattern now because I had changed my... It's basically like Twitter, but in some ways a little better, in some ways a little worse. Twitter is. I mean, Blue Sky is. So I had a Blue Sky account and it got banned straight away because I was talking to someone about suicidal ideation in DMs, and it got caught by their blooming bots, and my ability to think is caught fuck it and just deleted it. That was a while. The only reason I had Blue Sky was I was going to talk to Poison on it. Yeah. So I am going to. Oh, do I need to? You are wonderful. And I'm sorry we went through all this, but I think it had to be done. When she came on my Steam this morning and basically said that next time you do a stream, I'm going to come on and I'm going to tell everybody that you told me to kill myself, and that I'm going to tell everybody that you're a genocide enabler, I had to come on here and do this. Have a final talk out with her before I basically blocked her, banned her on everything. Oh. I love you all. And remember, if anybody wants to talk to me, the best place to get me is on Discord. If you want to talk to me on the Discord, you can. I'm Queber on there, or on Twitter, I'm at Calranth, but also known as Queber, so you can find me on there as Queber, on Twitch, on Twitter, and all that. And we can talk about anything. So take care of yourself. Missed, far to go. And just Daft Bug. Nice to meet you, Daft Bug. And I hope you have a lovely day and have a reason to smile. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.